G'day guys, and welcome back to Buddy and the Boss. And it's cyclone time here, as we can see on the news just behind me. Yep, there's some spectacular surf turning up, that's for sure. I'll just turn that down while I do this video real quick. So I just want to let everyone know that's been following the story, especially the latest events here on Buddy and the Boss with the Department of Housing and this link to home thing. That's how I got this accommodation. And I think I will explain to you how they were just kicking me out after I've just paid rent, and like my contribution, I should say, my co-contribution. And I showed you all the paperwork in all the other videos. So what's happened since then is I'm going to draw a little diagram here so you can sort of see what's going on with the money. So it sort of happens like this, or it's happened like this for me. It's happened different ways for other people that are just getting tossed out of these places for no reason. So I paid my rent, or my co-contribution, last Monday, and my co-contribution was $135. I'll show you this in a minute, and that should take me to the Monday. So I paid $135, so from last Monday to this Monday, $135, which means that link to home would have paid the balance, right? So balance link to home, right? I'll just put that there so you can see, like, that's the balance linked to home. They would have paid the additional money, whatever the motel room costs. I think it's $140 a night, believe it or not. And I can tell you, you wouldn't pay for that if you had the money. But that's just the way it is. $135 takes you from Monday to Monday. Now, what's happened in my case is, on the Monday when I paid rent, which I have the receipts here, it's all in that paperwork over there. I'm not going to bring them out now. But on the Tuesday, actually it was on the same day in the afternoon, they said they weren't going to extend my stay there because I hadn't paid rent, when clearly I had a receipt. So they cut me off. But when I told them about that, they gave me 1 day extension. Takes me till Tuesday, right? So it would have taken me till Tuesday, and then they cut my stay off here. But hang on a minute. If Link to Home has paid the balance, and I've paid $135 to take me through to the next Monday, after I've just got paid and bought food and all that sort of stuff to stay here, so my pension money goes basically on accommodation to stay here and to buy food, and it should take me through till the Monday. So they cut me off on the Tuesday. Anyway, I did end up arguing the point with them and got an extension now till, what was it? I think it was I think they gave me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, yeah, till Saturday, okay? So I would have been, they were going to kick me out on a Saturday. But hang on a minute, there's something wrong here. They keep saying they're going to extend my time here, and they even rang the motel to say that I'm not allowed to stay here Saturday and Sunday to take me through to the Monday. But hang on, I've paid all the way through till Monday. So where does this extension come into it? So that's how they're stealing money, because say they cut me off on the Tuesday, then they put someone else in on the Tuesday, and then Link to Home pay for someone else. So the same room will be getting paid for twice. But where does the money go? Who gets the money? The client does not get the money back. They just get evicted. and what they do is they ring the motel and say he can't stay there. The only reason I got to stay here is because I pointed that out. I said to the manager here, I said, look, I've paid my rent up until Monday. I paid my co-contribution, if you will, till Monday. And when I argued that point today, because I was supposed to leave today, and the manager understands what's going on, and that's why he let me stay the weekend. But there's nothing anyone could have done because I paid my contribution. I got the receipt there, so no one can do anything. So come today, Monday, I got paid today, and I got all the phone records on this phone actually, so I can't show you, but I can do another video and show you once I do everything. So I rang them up at like 7:30 this morning and got through, and they said, look, you're going to have to ring back at 9 when these guys open in Lismore. So I ring back at 9 and I don't get through until, what was it, almost 11 o'clock. I was on the phone on hold since 9 o'clock when they opened till 3 minutes till 11. 3 minutes to 11. So that's 3 minutes off 2 hours waiting on the phone, and I rang as soon as they were opened. And I get through to them, and I said to them these grievances. I said, look, there is a cyclone about to hit, and you guys have not extended my stay. You cut me off early when I was paid up until then. And just because I didn't look for housing is no reason to discontinue. And really, you have no right, once I've paid my co-contribution, to end it anywhere in between my co-contribution payments. Right, because I've paid and everyone's been paid. Now, I got another extension, and this time Link to Home has paid for it. And the reasons being is because checkout time at this motel is 10 o'clock. I've got the messages on the phone from the landlord saying, are you ready to check out? Are you checked out? All this sort of stuff. I'll give you some time. So he gave me until 11 o'clock, an hour after checkout time, because he was telling me there's people that want to book in. And I'm on a pathway plan, and still I haven't seen any caseworkers or anything like that. I've reached out to this local one to try and get a caseworker, so, but I doubt I'm going to see anyone for a couple of days because this cyclone's going to hit, and the whole East Coast is just getting ready for this cyclone. Now, tomorrow, I have to do this process over again because they only gave me one night. But now there's a safety issue, and if they don't extend me tomorrow, then I will be out in the cyclone with nowhere to go, no shelter, no tent, and all my stuff. As you see, I do have a lot of stuff in here, and I've just nowhere to put it. So what I did today with my pension is I put all the money, $300 of my pension, onto the car that I'm paying off. And that way, at least the owner said, if anything worse comes to worse, I can put the stuff in the car because I've paid a majority of it off. And just to prove that point to you guys, so here's the receipt for the car. That's that blue car you see, so there you go. So nearly $500 I've paid off it. Now, I bought food and that today. I bought phone credit, and that leaves me with $10. Obviously, I'm not buying drugs, not even weed. I can't afford it. So that's that. The boss has given up pretty much all the drugs now because we've joined the gym. We've done that and stuff like that. So I've got $10 to my name until next week, Monday. And that's when I get a further 500. But when they stop me staying, when they keep putting these cuts in, like I paid through, and then they don't answer the phone until 11 a.m. Checkout time. So I'm in panic mode. Don't know if I'm going to get extended or get another night in the motel. So I didn't want to go ahead and pay a week's contribution and then find out that they're not going to let me stay here, because then I would have just wasted $100 and something, and you don't get that back. And if you did want it back, you'd probably have to you have to go through all these avenues to get it back, and you wouldn't get it back for 6 weeks. And to someone that's homeless and has followed the pathway plan to the letter, and I mean, I find that highly unfair. I find it illegal. It's against all my rights, and they've broken the contracts. My complaint it will be escalated later on during this week. Apparently, it's 15 working days, not 15 days, because they don't count the weekends. So, I think another 3 or 4 days, and we get it escalated. Now, I was told I was going to get a call back this afternoon to let me know where I stand, and because they're supposed to talk to their supervisors and stuff like that. And I have not got that call back. Like I said, with the housing, Lismore Homes, you just never get a call back. They do not connect with you at all. And I've also got this here. This is Social Futures, and this is when I engaged. Wrong one. Uh, it's in the paperwork here somewhere. Oh fuck. Alright, I can't be bothered getting it out right now. It's just too much for my head to wrap around right now. There's too much going on. But basically, I'm going to show you anyway. Fuck it. Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's go. Let's look at it. There we go. Is that it? Yeah, right here. No. Alright, so I can't find it at this point. But, oh look, there's my rent receipts. Right, so there's my rent receipts. And that's attached. There's the other one. So, that proves that my rent was paid from Monday to Monday. And then they say, oh no, we can just send you any time. No, you can't. Not when I've paid contributions. You're stealing money. We're going to have you audited, I'm sure of it now. And I've just I've added to the complaint today, so they haven't got back to me on the complaints, but I added today's complaint in. That's what I'm telling you guys right now. So anyone going through Link to Home, everyone's having problems now. I've spoken with there's not one person, not even this motel manager, has been paid right. He hasn't been paid right through Homes, Lismore Homes, and all that sort of stuff. And not one client, every client that I've met that's come through here, and even to the people up at Salvation Army, the people that work there have said they've heard nothing but bad things about Lismore Homes and Link to Home program. So look, there's something fishy going on. There's something really fishy going on. Now, I looked at YouTube tonight and I came across I don't know if you all watched Channel 10 and you watched The Project, and there was a thing on Lismore flooded homes, all the abandoned flooded homes. And in one particular street, it's been overtaken by homeless people, long-term homeless people, general homeless people, and sometimes tourists just passing through. But what they've done is created a little community, and they all work together and all that sort of stuff, and they feel safe, and it's the first time they've had a home for a while, some of these long-term people, like myself. But the houses that they've overtaken, when the floods hit Lismore, a lot of houses got wiped out, and the government ended up buying doing a buyback, buying the houses back. And there are some people that still own their own home and, do go back to them at some stage. But I mean, the ones that are abandoned are usually fenced off and all that. But, these people have overtaken it and making a nice little home for themselves in a housing crisis. And that's in Lismore. Now, there was I'm going to give you a link. I'm going to put it in the descriptions below, and that's of the Channel 10, the project, and the story I'm talking about. And if Lismore Homes is in Lismore, and there's all these homeless people just looking after themselves, yet there's nowhere to put homeless people, the homes, Lismore Homes is saying. But hang on, you bought all that land and you've got all these houses that have been sitting there for a long time. Why haven't you fucking maybe if you've got that land and you've got all those houses, why haven't the government that bought them like knocked them down and maybe built something? Because I tell you what, which is really odd, they built a garage in that same flood zone, a brand new garage. It's just a garage right there. So why would you do that unless you're planning on developing that property and doing private sales so you can sell to investors or whatnot, and grow your property portfolio? Because quite simply, that land's been sitting there with those houses on it for some time when there's a housing crisis. And we all know what happens with land when it sits there for a while. It only goes up in price. And when you put facilities around it like a brand new flashy garage where everyone can fuel up and buy munchies and all that sort of stuff, says to me that you're looking at developing that land, but not for homeless people, not for the housing crisis, but for your own selfish needs, because we all know how politics works and councils work and all that. It's all about the money and the land grabs. Okay, so we're on to it, and look, my story isn't the only story. It's just I'm the only one on YouTube telling you about this. I'm the only one living on that grey edge every fucking day. And look, here's another thing. That doctor's certificate I got filled out, I showed you in the other one, which I'll probably just show you here if I can find it real quick. If not, you can go look at my other videos. But my medical certificate, here it is. It says not to look for private housing, okay? It says it right. Does the client, conditions here? Yeah, look, here it is, that's the question. Does the client, let me read it, it's upside down. Does the client's conditions affect their ability to look for suitable private rental accommodation? Okay, so there it is, and there it is, filled out by the doctor. Once again, I'm showing you again. Right, and it says inability to manage the process of looking and maintaining accommodation. Does the client have extra expenses for medical conditions? Yes. Medications, psychology, all that sort of stuff. Not that I'm mental or anything. We all can tell I'm pretty smart. I'm working it all out. But the whole deal is, it's all through depression. Where is it? There she wrote that. There you go. There's my diagnosis. So it's not a physical thing. It's a depression thing. Now, see, depression. There's all the ailments and all that sort of stuff. So it's all filled out by the doctor. And it's getting ignored. And like I said in my last video, and this is what I'm having investigated, they don't state that it has to be validated anywhere. They just said provide a medical certificate, which I have. And it is hard for me to look for work because in the agreement I'm supposed to be given a caseworker that's supposed to help me get over all my hurdles, such as not having proper ID, and what is it? I don't have rental references. I don't have rental ledgers. I don't have all this. So I need a caseworker, and that's where that Social Futures comes into it. I've engaged with them twice, and I was told today that, oh yeah, it was there wasn't a referral put in, but for some reason it stopped. And then I said, well, do you see the other one? Yes, we got the other one as well, and it's still pending. Now, when I rang Social Futures, they said it could take up to a month or two before you get a caseworker. Now, the problem is, the first week in here, they have me jumping through hoops to look for housing and to apply for housing online, share accommodation and all that. Well, what's the point when I've got no ID and I've got no rental ledgers? I mean, how many more people are going to get the place before I am? All it is wasting my time, causing more depression and anxiety, because you're making me do things that are actually impossible, right? So all this is going on, and I spend more time ringing these guys up, arguing the same point that I keep putting on fucking YouTube, and it's getting nowhere. I'm just doing the same thing over and over. I'm spending more time doing this, but I have to do this now because it's out of control. The more I talk to other people about this, the more I hear about these people just not following their own contract. Now, in that contract, it doesn't state that the medical certificate has to be validated. It just says provide the thing. Here it is. Look, here it is again for you guys. If you were not able to look for alternative accommodation, you must provide evidence such as a medical certificate, support agency letter, or other relevant documents. It says it right here. Right, I've just shown you the medical certificate. So if we look at number 10, just there, you can see quite clearly. I'll just move it slowly so you can see. And at no point does it say anywhere in this document that the medical certificate has to be approved. Now, they said to me that mine wasn't approved or something like that, but I mean, it says provide one if you can't look for housing. It's quite clear that this is causing more depression and anxiety on my behalf. And who is the person doing the review of the medical certificate? Because last I heard, and get this program was started during COVID-19 to get the people off the streets. That's how this Housing Pathways plan started. They put people in motels, get them off the street. So it's an extension of that. And that was the health authorities. They overrid police and everything. The World Health Organization, okay? Now, who overrides a doctor in the Department of Housing that says, no, my medical certificate doesn't validate me for not looking for houses? Who makes that decision? And I'll tell you something else. I've not once, and they probably don't want to give you evidence. That's why I put it out on YouTube. And so now they can't hide from these facts. But I haven't got anything from the person or the housing, Lismore Housing, to state in writing or email or text message or phone call to state why the decision was why my medical certificate is turned down. Is the person doing the reviews on these medical certificates has any is he a former doctor? Is he a former psychologist? Who is the person turning down a medical certificate? Now, look, there's someone, one of the MPs at the moment is looking out for us people. I'm going to try and get in touch with him personally, because I seen him on the news the other night, and he's a legit guy. So I'm going to try and write, I won't say the name here, but I'm going to try and write him a letter and expose this, because we have a cyclone that's about to hit the east coast. It's going to hit the Lismore, Ballina Shire for sure. And this is a flood area right where I am. There's a creek just across the road, and it will probably flood. But so does Ballina. It floods, and there's a lot of flood victims here, Lismore, and all that. And they just got over all that sort of stuff. The east coast. Now we've got these cyclones coming in, and Department of Housing is making me jump through hoops. They could kick me out tomorrow. They could say, oh, well, we're not paying for any more nights, you can't stay, blah, blah, blah. I still haven't had a caseworker, yet I'm the one that's reached out to Salvation Army. I've reached out to the local community centre here, and I think I talked to Levi today. Anyone in the Ballina area would know Levi from the community centre, so I reached out to him. He's going to give me a support letter on top of all these. I've got about 5 support letters there from other agencies to explain the situation. Like, what is like, how much time do I have to spend on this just to stay in this room? Like, so I'm safe. I mean, I've been homeless for 4 years, and it wasn't my choice. Corrupt police in Cairns did that. And then the Byron corrupt police, and they're more than corrupt. You see my other videos, there's a serial killer on the loose. Could it be one of the fucking police? I dare say. It could be, but let's not go into that one right now. But, and you can see the police bullies in my videos. So, you know, I don't know. I'm just keep ringing them every day, just explaining it, and just keep putting complaints in. Apparently I don't know what's going to happen. So I could be in a cyclone tomorrow, just as it hits the shore. And look, these guys go home, drive government cars. They're never in the office. I think they're working from home, and I think that came in during COVID. And I think they're still working at home. That's why you can't have personal contact with these people. And always, if you go into an office, which I can't get to, it's in Lismore and I'm in Ballina. And just remember, they moved me from Byron to Ballina because it's the only place to put someone in a motel. So I really just getting to know people here. So I don't have any support anywhere. I'm high on the housing list. And they even pointed out today, linked to home, they said that I'm high on this list too for support and all that, but I'm just not getting it. I'm just arguing and fighting with these people all the time, and trying to. I explain this situation every day, and I'm sort of getting a bit fucking tired of it, really. But I have to keep safe, keep my stuff safe, and keep dry and all that sort of stuff. So that's it, guys. Look, I'm going to continue doing these videos every day until I feel a bit more secure in this Pathways plan, which is no plan. They never had a plan to start with, and I don't think it's ever been reviewed, this plan. And all these workers that work for the Department of Housing are just staying at home answering calls. And you know, if they don't want to be reached, they just say they're in a meeting. That's all they have to say. Oh, I'm sorry, she's in a meeting. She's in a meeting. So they're always in a meeting. How many meetings do you have to have? You haven't fixed anything, so you're not meeting about much, are you? I mean, you're not nutting out the problems. You're not looking at your client's stuff. I don't know. What do? Just take a certain amount of phone calls and head off to lunch, go and play a bit of tennis, use a government car. Why not? Get government wages, go back to your nice little cosy house. Because they don't see us face to face, there's no contact, you see. They don't have to feel guilty about it because there's no face to face contact. And they're not in the office, so they don't really care. And they're employed by the government. to look after the homeless, supposedly. It's all bullshit. It's all everyone at that office is just fully corrupt, lazy, and like Donald Trump is doing in America with this Doge thing. I think someone needs to really doge that place up and say, look, you cunts, or you know, it's all these managers and senior fucking service fucking client people, whatever the fuck they are, whatever titles they want to give themselves. Uh, what senior service client specialist, Anna? Come on, you're a joke, honestly. Senior service client. She's one of the seniors from Tweed Heads. Right, so why are you dealing with me down here? I don't know. But why aren't you doing anything about anything? You certainly shouldn't have a job. I dare say you should look. We need to have a look at you and your position, and we're going to have a look at some other people's positions because it's just not right, guys. Uh, it's just not right. Go on. I'm going to leave a link below. Go and have a look at this Channel 10, the project what I was talking about in Lismore, and you'll get an idea of the housing crisis. And look, people are just doing whatever they have to do to put a roof over their head. Um, and then, you know, all these people with houses and businesses and that, and all these stuck-up little cunts, you know, they say, oh, look, they're living rent-free, they're, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, of course they are. They were homeless to start with. They just found a fucking roof to put over their head. It was abandoned, not being used. So they used it to fucking keep alive. It's a survival thing. It's survival out here. But yous wouldn't know because you get paid by the government. And yous are protected by fucking all sorts of things. You're not now because you're exposed here on Buddy and the Boss, and we're going to keep doing it. So let's see some people get back into the office. I might even, one day if I ever get a chance, I'm actually going to go and film all these offices and see where they are. I'm going to, where are these people? What are they doing? What have you done today to help anyone? Other than just take their money. See that? I'll go back to that. Where is it? Oh, I don't know. There's too much paperwork here. So from Monday to Monday, look at that. I pay my rent and they kick me out two to three times already. And every time I argue this point, I always get back in. But now, I don't know. So I've got a cyclone here. It's going to hit tomorrow or Wednesday. Could take us right through this week. So this week, right now, as of tomorrow, I could be homeless during the worst periods um, uh, that could possibly be right in a cyclone. So they've got a duty of care, really. And if they kick me out of here, they're broken all duty of care, and they're just putting a human being in a dangerous position. So I'll have no cooking facilities, no showers, no accommodation. All my food will be left here because I can't carry it. Most of my stuff will probably just get thrown out, and you know it's not right because some of it's very sentimental and stuff like that. But you know that's a go, guys. That's what's happening here. So all right, I'm gonna go and have something to eat while I can, and you know. I joined a gym and everything to get my life back together. I thought this was 135 a week. I'd get a caseworker and all that. I've seen nothing. Don't even get callbacks. It's just nuts. Um, so look, I hope that my videos are helping someone out there. You can use what I'm saying and take that to the housing department because it's just tell them to go watch Buddy and the Boss. Tell them to subscribe, like, and look, leave a comment, guys. No one leaves comments. I mean, put your comments in there. Like, what's your point of view on it? Do you have what's your thoughts on all of this? Do you have any knowledge? Do you have just anything? Look, just I don't know. anyone watching are you in this position? Are you going through link to home? Leave your comments. What are they doing to you? What's going on? But yeah, all right, guys, I'm out. Long one today. So please like, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff, because it really does help grow the channel and more people get to see what I'm trying to expose. And let's face it, I'm doing it for the people, and I'm on the front lines, fighting for my rights and hopefully exposing these guys so everyone else gets their rights back. The right to live, the right to eat, and the right to keep your dignity. Anyway, this is Buddy and the Boss. Stay strong, stay resilient, and never ever give up. This is Buddy and the Boss. I'm the boss. Out.